Alright, maybe controversial topics fans don't know who Bradshaw really is, but we do.
Ah, I mean, I think I shared my culture with most of them people right now. If you don't know me, you're not gonna know me again, eh? How the song go? If you don't know me by now, you will never know me. Ooh. Well,
Alright, so Dario, it's been about almost 500 years, yeah man, Void Century style. So in true controversial topic style, we want you to do the intro because it's been a while, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Controversial Topics. We are your hosts, and panel will have myself, Dario Dowie, Xavier the Doctor, Andre Bradshaw, the Blacktivist. And I do believe we have Rajiv Horton, Girl Them Sunday
let
Monday,
me.
on panel tonight.
Why you expose the man like this, sir?
So,
Why you expose the man
good
like
night,
this?
gents. Good night, gents. Good night.
I'm Jenna. Wait a minute.
This man our Father's Day yesterday, and this man come and text me about him a cook. I said, yeah, do what? I said, brother, if you don't put on the
Yeah,
potato, man.
yeah, that was a sense part.
Listen to him, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
father's job
I
is
tell
done, my boy.
Rajiv, I tell you this.
I get that. Father's job never done, my boy. I get that. So, what's
Anyways,
up?
so as you may have noticed, we have decided not to go into the dark side of speaking about women is shit every 24 hours of every day. Because guess what? There are so many other positive things that we can talk about. So many more positive things that we can talk
White
Plus,
about.
not
men
all
getting
women are
it
shit.
together, so. White
Because
men getting it together, so.
let's
Okay,
be
go
real.
on.
Let's be real. And I'm going to be honest, I'm one of the few who's going to say this. Talking about this crap is not going to solve it. If there's not direct actions and solutions, it not going to get solved. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about things that
I
people
beg
like to
to
shit on
differ.
a
I
lot.
beg to differ, but continue.
We'll talk about that another time, Bradshaw, not now.
Just saying. Just saying.
So,
No, not people don't know such problem exists. You know. Some people actually living in their own utopia. Like them shit don't flip and stink. I'm just saying. Talking about it make people think like, wait a minute. Oh shit, that black nigga makes a point. Just saying. Cause as brilliant as I am, I learn every day that I am somewhat annoying to certain people. But then again, I realize 95% of people are
so,
fucking idiots.
so, hold on. So that
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I say this already. First time we meet, I'm like, so this nigga feels he's more intelligent than me.
They call him a dick. That's right. I'm good.
But
Oh, God.
I'm going to personally say that was more of me being a petty bastard more than anything else. But bro, all we have traits, or you know, like me.
Doc, you always, you
I
always
mean,
think it's not
Mr.
me.
Reggie feels Saturday and just a side time just make me just want to run with, you know.
Gotcha.
And I'm my fault.
Rivalry never dies. Rivalry
Not
never
my,
dies.
Brother,
it's
if
not
you
my
don't shit,
fault. I'm this good looking.
if you don't shave, it's a man, shave
Mm.
man.
Not my fault. I'm this good looking, sir.
It means it's not your fault. Everything,
Okay.
it's all your fault, sir.
Always your fault.
But anyways,
Mm-hmm.
I was recently watching the entire whole confusing plot of Terminator the other day, and right through from the
Which
first
one?
two, from the first two masterpieces to the third, okay, and then everything else that was complete garbage, and it just
Yeah.
got me thinking. You know, as much as we like to blame movie directors and all the writers for all the problems that they cause in our stratospherical life of anime and everything, that yes, they are the problem. You ever
Yes,
know the
sir.
biggest? You ever know the
Yes,
biggest problem?
sir.
I know who you're throwing your shade at, Bradshaw. I know who you're throwing your shade at.
Fuck them too while they're at it. But move on. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck them and keep moving. Yeah. Oh, I was even going there when you here. Moving on. Yeah, continue. Yo, One Piece, Movie Red coming out. If you want what a real masterpiece look like, yeah, coming to theater soon. That now miss me. Yeah, moving on.
But yeah, it got me thinking. Like say, yo, you know, as much as as the creators of the Terminator franchise should rightfully get blamed, some of the blame really needs to go to the fan base, and I'm going to explain why I say that. And this goes for Naruto as well. And I know a lot of people don't like to admit this, but me, will be the one who go get all that stone, and I don't care. I will say it.
I want to hear this one. Go on, man, listen.
So, Terminator 1 and 2, for those of you who live under a rock or who were born in 21st century, because apparently you people don't watch good movies, were absolute master classes. You know, it didn't have any nonsensical plot armor or no, oh, the female is empowered. No, you have a rock solid Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was in his prime. I tried to kill somebody. I was watching a literal horror show for the first two. Cool. Third one was a bit iffy, but it was still alright compared to the garbage that came after, especially the recent one. Now, someone want to explain to me which writer thought it was a good idea to kill off John Connor in the first 5 seconds of our show start? Anybody want to explain? I wanted to me, like literally.
A woke lecture, please, a woke crowd that no make no goddamn sense because 95 of the Terminator franchise don't believe in woke goddamnism, but pandering to a bunch of sissies and bitch ass niggas. I'm just saying.
Like, I just don't get it. Like, you kill the most central character in the entire franchise for no inexplicable reason. And then the entire movie ends with some half-baked reunion where you pretend like say, oh, his death mattered, bro. But you know who suffers more of this, and I'm going to go in depth with this one, Naruto. Now I know exactly why I'm singling out Naruto for this exact reason. And if we're going to be honest, after the pain arc, Naruto should have never continued. I don't know who else agreed with me on that, but that's just my thought. Me and my brother when I talked about this the other day. After the pain arc, this was where the fans them get spoiled and think that, oh yes, everything should go our way. That's just my thought. Dario, you hear it? Dario. So it's yours. You're the man.
In my humble opinion, Terminator was a good movie to some extent. For me.
Alright, so understand this. I believe this dirty way of looking at animation needs to die. Like for instance, why them believe you have to destroy the old to make the new good? I get it. The fan base was rooting for. We've all been waiting for Naruto to become Hokage. We all knew he was going to be Hokage. Why the whole 360? And then on top of it, I would say this is lazy writing. Not only did the director, not only did the writer kill Karin, Sasuke lost his Rinnegan. You only know that the more he tries to kill off the older characters, the more people hate Naruto, right? And I wonder if anybody never tell him that this is the ultimate, death of Naruto. No. Nobody really gives a, there isn't, the fan base of Naruto is so small. In the history of Naruto, at the first, people like this pissed off about the anime. I swear to God. Like, all the power of Naruto I get, they don't really mean shit to nobody. This is how turned off the fan base is right now. They're trying to make a new Sasuke, new Naruto, with the other dude who have the power where Naruto have, and I'm like,
Okay.
But why did you take Sasuke's eyes though? Why did you take Sasuke's eyes though? Correction. Why did Sasuke lose his eyes such a bitch ass nigga way, son? We're talking about a dude at point blank range, teleport, and put the enemy in front of the blast. You tell me say, Naruto swinging, Sasuke froze. Oh, you got me fucked up. That shit makes absolutely no fucking sense. And again, I'm like, well, oh, we're going to do all the fans. And where's the fan base? Seriously, who the fuck watch this shit except for the old generation? Bless the few young people who watch this shit. What is we at the backbone of the goddamn anime, the comic, and every goddamn the manga and everything else? You're destroying your own fan base by catering to a fan base that does not exist. How the fuck that makes sense like that? Somebody make it make sense, right? Make it make sense. Just
It's
say.
it's kind of similar. It's kind of similar to what Power Rangers did in Power Rangers Turbo. You have a bunch of
Oh my.
teenage. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You know where I'm going with this. So let me get this straight. Hold on. So we
Yeah.
established that we need a group of teenagers to defend the world, right? So how exactly does a 7-year-old boy decide to become a Blue Ranger? Who in the directive office thought that was a great idea? You want to know the worst thing? When we all found out that they only brought this kid into Panda to kids who, oh yeah, you can be a superhero too. You know what I compare that to? Captain Marvel. That's what I compared it to. Pander to a fan base that don't have any leverage of what they should be pandering to. That's why Turbo, to this day, even after Megaforce, will forever be one of the worst Power Ranger seasons ever. And I will never take that back. Never.
Which one?
The first season of Turbo. Second season was okay. The first season of it, complete trash.
Sir, believe me, after Samurai, everything else are rubbish to me. Like, I'm dead serious. After Samurai, nothing made sense anymore. Shit. I believe the new way how them call them Zord is like spinning a top like blade down a Power Ranger. Spin Zord, spin fuckery. And I'm like, wow. So them run out of shit for Jaffa. So them decide to make a top. A top, goddammit. Be the way how to send call for them Zords, activate the powers and all that. And I'm like, wow. This makes no sense. I mean, I know them are trying to sell toys and all that shit, but come on,
but
son.
but
You know, nobody have a problem
that
with
was
so,
always
so
the goal. That was always the goal in the beginning and even art. Take Lost Galaxy for example. The entire point of
oh
all the
yeah.
originals were always to sell toys, but at the same time, when when the good American directors had them, because no, let's be real, there are a few decent American directors who direct this shit. They actually knew what it did, what it took to pull at your emotional heartstrings. Anybody who watched
Last,
Time Force, anybody
last
who watched,
Galaxy was,
bro,
that's it.
anybody who watched Time Force and tell me say they've never shed a tear at the ending, you're not human. I don't care who you be. If you tell me you did not watch that shit and never cry, you cannot be human.
Hmm.
I'm just saying,
Well,
just saying, just saying.
um, so back to Lost Galaxy for a second.
Sure.
Last Galaxy was
So
was
Doc, so Doc,
Hold on,
hmm.
brother. Wait, here,
you're,
Raji.
you're saying that I am not human. That is it?
Man, move faster, man.
Eh?
Man, go buck your toe, man. That's a need for do. Move faster, man. We not deal with it right about now.
I'm just saying
Hey,
that what you said a while ago, you know? And what you
oh,
said a while ago.
Yo,
So you
listen me.
basically say I'm not human.
No, you're not you, man. Could never. Get away from here, man.
hmm,
You're not
hmm.
from this planet.
Get away, man. Get away, dog. It's the wrong time. Anyway, um, Last Galaxy, right?
Yeah.
They made it quite clear show that, yes, even though Power Ranger was targeted for teenagers, they could make an actually fully functional series with a storyline, a legit, very valid storyline, a love with love interest and betrayal and death and all that shit, and it actually was damn good. I won't lie, it goes down in history as one of the best, if not one of the best, if not the best storylines Power Ranger ever made. You understand me? Mighty Morphin was good for a period of time, and then it just got weird for no fucking reason. But again, I'm not here.
At the same time, Mighty Morphin was just a basis of the era it was in, so we can't really knock it too much, to be honest.
I guess I had nothing against it personally, but I'm just saying when it started getting weird, where the skeleton military general, where even his back pocket.
Rita, little brother. You know what? I've always found it weird. Rita is supposed to be like one of the strongest persons in the universe, right? Yet her little brother only destroyed the Megazords in 2 swipes. Yo, that is not one of the most bitchiest things.
This is why Power Rangers after a while stopped making sense. Because if if Lord Zed couldn't flip and destroy that Megazord, and out of nowhere, someone that's weaker than Zed, weaker than Lord Zed, destroy the Megazord like that, and I'm like, what the hell did I just watch? And Mark, you know, I was a child and watched and realized this shit don't make no sense. And I say, you know, I was a grown man, and I'm like, oh, watching Power Rangers now as a grown man, you're like, wow, I was one naive child watching this shit. Because as you grow older, you realize how stupid the fucking storylines really are. And it was catering to your naivete. Son, again, Scarpina, she was the next fucking joke. And she blew up oh my god, she blew up the command center. I'm like, why the fuck is this man giving all these weirdos W's? This shit make no fucking sense. This bitch can't have a conversation with us. Oh my god.
Hold on, Bradshaw. No, I never she blew up the command center. I was sitting there, the woman from Turbo, man. Remember? She.
I see me, I try to remember her name for, sorry. I know who you're talking, but.
Yeah, hold on. One simple Google search will come to rectify this man.
I can't get her name, but I tell you, when she blew up the command center, I was like, oh hell no, this shit makes no sense.
Evatox, the space pirate.
There you go. That bitch. I'm like, what the hell? How this makes sense, way? How this makes sense? How?
You have to know what makes it so unbelievable. You know, in Power Rangers, like there was a power scaling, like alright, Mighty Morphin and Zeo to an alright. Mighty Morphin are the strongest, and then Zeo kind of upped it to a point, and then Turbo literally just fell right down.
So, it was Rangers in space first, then Turbo. Power Rangers, Space Rangers, then Turbo. Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, man. I mean, yo, that sounds like a Dario.
Hello? Okay.
Yeah, man. I hear Dario. Yeah, man. I hear, man. Dario asleep. Come move me, yes, man. You snore while
I get comfy.
Yo, if anything, yo, me, I'm trying to come to handle this. If you want to knock out, you can knock out, bro.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, it was what? It was Rangers in space. Then it was Turbo.
You know, alright, you have to know the funniest thing, in space to me was kind of like a good little balance, but at the same time, I still saw no reason for Zardan to sacrifice his life by the end of the series. I really didn't. To this day, I still question it.
because they had to make room for more toys. They had to
Right.
make room for more toys. So, and Zordon was the monocle for so many years that they needed to push more toys. So that's why that his cousin or his long lost nephew, that big hunker rock, and I'm like, wow. So this is the new mentor. This shit makes absolutely no fucking. I'm like, you know what? And the more the mentors got sillier, the more I was, sir, a hamster became the mentor to the ninja force.
Ninja Storm. You know,
Ninja.
to be fair, if I'm going to be fair to Ninja Storm,
Hmm.
it was kind of a good change of pace if you really think about it, because we've always had humanistic and aliens, you know I mean, and it's not as if it was just some, oh, he's a shape shifting. No, the man legitimately had a legit reason why he turned a hamster. Positive and negative energy clash. Poof. I mean, he was, but compared to the Master for a Samurai, nope, no comparison.
Uh,
Master for a Samurai, I'm convinced if Jaden doesn't do something good, the man will feel good about himself. Yo, the man was pissing me off the whole 2 seasons them, from Samurai to Super Samurai. I was pissed.
Hunter was a joke in Samurai.
I know one of the most egregious things Samurai ever did. They made the Blue Ranger a better fighter than the Red Ranger, which makes absolutely no sense.
Oh, I was saying that for years. I've been saying that. I've been saying that when nobody wouldn't believe me. I'm like, yo, I know it sounds weird. I know it sounds obtuse and all, but I believe the Blue Ranger is actually a better goddamn fighter than the Red Ranger. How could you say that? I'm like, common sense.
But then prove it in a Samurai say, Kevin, I'm a better fighter than him. It's just that Jaden is just the chosen one.
Yep. Well, correction. His sister was the chosen one first.
His sister, yo,
They don't pick chosen one.
his sister introduction pissed me off, but for the wrong reasons, and I'm going to say why. She was
Yeah.
such a breath of fresh air for one reason only. But all right, so she is the child of prophecy, right? She is the one who has the master symbol power that's going to finally put Master Zandre to rest. Cool. Then
Yep.
how in the hell does her symbol power fail, and then Jaden manages to get the dog in the end? Oh, somebody explain that to me, right? You hid away the sister to
Because
like what, the better part of 25 years.
the fan base started roaring. Sexist pigs out there couldn't handle a female Red Ranger.
But there has been a female Red Ranger before. As a matter of fact, go back to Power Rangers Alien. The leader of the Power Rangers then was a woman. What? All right, better yet, go back to Time Force. The leader of the Power Rangers was Jen, the Pink Ranger. What am I talking about? Let me go even further. SPD had a red female ranger. So what am I talking about? I don't understand. Don't go a step further. When Wild Force started, Taylor was the leader of the Power Rangers before they
Like
found
I said,
Cole.
after Samurai, true. But I guess because the whole how the way she was introduced, I guess it kind of rubbed people wrong because everybody's know Jaden first and then out of the blue. Poor explanation. She is a real child of prophecy. Jaden is just a seed filler or
Yeah,
a bench
but
warmer.
all right, no, but hold on, no, but we all right. Whoever pays attention to the show kind of figured that out on their own. Cause like think about it, right? From the all right, let me tell you how I knew that something went off about Jaden. Remember the first episode where they got the first battle disc, the beta disc? Notice how
Yeah.
long it took Jaden to come to master that shit. You're like, wait, why is he struggling though? Like, all right, granted, it did take a lot of power, but still, he struggled with that shit, and then and then they took him to find out. Oh, right, I need to be balanced to
I
be
mean,
that,
well,
and you're like,
alright.
hmm,
If
yeah,
we go down that same road there, right? The battle mar, the battle, I'm trying to remember the name. The battle morpher, the battle, shit, I'm trying to remember. Alright, Lost Galaxy. When the Red
Yeah.
Ranger was supposed to learn how to use that thing, he could barely use it too.
Oh,
Yeah,
you talk about the battleizer one you get?
there you go. He struggled at first when he got that shit too. Even
Well, I mean,
like
I mean, if we really go be honest, most of the battleizer them when they just came out, I mean, Space started the whole battleizer thing. He was the only one who really struggled with it because it wasn't really a natural battleizer if you think about it. That thing is not a battleizer. That thing is a piece of raw iron that attached to his skin. You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa what?
yeah.
You're like,
So
whoa.
many questions, boy. So many
But
questions.
no, but I mean, I get where you come from. But at the same time, I mean, the signs already that Jaden was not the child of prophecy. You start. I mean, even Zandred knew this. Zandred were like, no, he's not the one. And everybody else said, what do you mean? Everyone said, just wait, man, just wait. For God's sakes, even Deca found out, and Deca didn't know shit.
Well, honestly, Jaden was just too conflicted as a character for me.
Bro,
That's
the man have too much issues. The man have Songji Wu level of issues.
so much. I get the concept of his creation, but then the way how them just destroy him character in the last part, it threw me off.
Like you already said, the man is no longer the important Red Ranger. Yet still in sister symbol power field. And at the end of the day, I don't give the win to the Power Rangers for that. I give it to Lauren. You know why? Because I fear this make them winning at the first place. Which again,
And
this has always been a problem with Power Rangers. And
to
I
me, one
think
of
the.
oh, sorry, I said there's another thing about Power Ranger. My growth hate now. At first, when it just came out, it made so much sense. But as time goes along, you realize it's just like a prop. Like it loses its value, it loses lust about it. When the sixth Ranger was introduced, it was a flash of power, coolness, hype, and then you realize the sixth Ranger just turned like everybody else.
Yep.
It is also for the first couple of minutes, then they pull a victory at them ass, and I'm like,
that's always been what happens in the Power Rangers, and it has always bothered me. I'm like,
no. But all of the sixth Ranger them, the best one that was consistent with in terms of power scaling because of the amount of power he was created with, is the White Ranger, and the White Ranger. And I mean,
which one? One from Mighty Morphin.
Mighty Morphin, yeah.
Okay,
and I'm talking when he eventually got the leadership role. Like the other five was getting them ass kicked. He was actually one who actually could hold his own even for a few minutes compared to the whole team getting washed and dragged by whatever lame ass boss villain there is. I'm like, wow, this is sad. Like if Tommy wasn't there, they got their ass kicked super frequently. I mean, they still got their ass whooped.
Another White Ranger who pissed me off how them don't play in power so much, and he only showed it in like spearing uses. The White Ranger from Dino Thunder, bro. Am I the only one? Am I the only one? You hear me?
I hear, man.
Yeah. Let's say, am I the only one who remembers when this man got introduced and he kicked the snot out of the three main rangers, and then Tommy of all persons came and he got one up in seconds? And then as soon as he found the light of goodness, the man got so weak that even sitting there. My principal name again?
I know you talk.
Yeah, even she started kicking him around, and I'm like, huh? How?
Exactly.
I mean, this guy beat Zeltrax within seconds, and the power scale, And the power scaling for Power Rangers has always been one of the most dumbest things for me, personally.
As soon as the bad guy or the bad rangers become good, they become useless. Even a ninja storm too. When those two,
Yeah, the Thunderstorm Rangers, they just become
yeah,
like they weren't even when they became good, they weren't even the second strongest Power Rangers on the team. Cause first it was Shane, then Cam. Cause Cam's stronger than all of them combined.
mhm,
Because Cam's power is literally the amulet that takes away their powers. Which begs the question why he doesn't do it more often. But then again, plot
right.
twist.
No plot armor, my nigga. Not plot, just plot armor. Has
Yeah.
to be plot armor. Without plot armor, you explain away questions that don't make no sense. Like for example, in the Naruto, Danzo have a goddamn eye that can allow him to rewrite anything, and he has Ashirama cells, which allows him to do it. What one time? What one time for a week, a day,
Yeah.
once a day, wow, a day, right?
But the thing is, if you really think about it, all of the eyes them useless if you just go up against a Genjutsu user who have minimal use. I mean, I'll go as far as to say this, and this is probably going to be a bit insulting, but bro, like any normal Genjutsu user could have beat his ass. The only reason why Izanagi was that powerful was just alright. Think about it this way, Bradshaw.
Yeah, yeah,
If it was somebody like Obito using Izanagi versus Sasuke, we know something dead. We know that. Without a doubt. But because it's Danzo, and Danzo is so stupid of how he used it, that's why he died. How the hell do you not realize that the one eye that you thought you had opened didn't close on you? Really, my guy? Killer B
mhm.
realized he was in a Genjutsu the minute he got dropped on in, and my guy come out of it in about 5 seconds. But you couldn't realize, and you're the supposed next Hokage? Trash.
Oh, that's a based on opinion, but you have
I
a
mean,
valid point.
sure, we can all say that Sasuke was given a bitch win there, but many people have gotten bitch wins. Zetsu,
Mhm.
I'm
True,
still,
true.
I'm still not over that. I'm really not. I'm still pissed.
Yeah, we how them deal them the Madara, yo. I'm still upset
Please,
about that.
Bradshaw, please, let's not go there, please.
Get it, Madara. Bro.
I'm still upset about that. If you can't find a way to kill him, just seal him like them do eyes and Andor. God Almighty, man. Made him die the most bitch way possible. Betrayal. This is not Star Wars, my guy.
Mhm.
I was really recently rewatching the old Star Wars movies, like the prequels up to the Return of the Jedi. And honestly,
Mhm.
social media really made people hate the prequels, and I still can't see why.
Let's see. I hate almost everything Star Wars make now because of how they did Luke. How they finished Luke Skywalker and made this fucking child, this girl who know nothing about the order or anything about Jedi life. And Mary Sue, this bitch become all powerful with little to no effect, stripping George Lucas's masterpiece, reducing it to a goddamn fanfare of bitch and bitch ass niggas who don't even watch the goddamn story. Don't follow the story. Pandering to set of oh I'm going further feel like me I
I
lose my
mean,
mind.
I mean, people complain about Anakin was a bitchy character, and I'm like, that's the entire point. The man is a conflicted individual. I mean, if you got brought from your home, can't see your mother again, and you want to save her, wouldn't you be conflicted too? Then you end up finding her dead. You're going to tell me you're going to take that shit lightly?
Hell no.
And then you're married in secret and you're seeing visions of your wife dying. But you can't go to the order because the order is a bunch of pussies. Let's be real. Honestly, the Jedi Code has been one of the most one of the only things in folklore history and our I'll call that cinematic history that just really rubs me the wrong way because of how nonsensical it is. Seclude your feelings. It doesn't matter. All that matters is the force. Nigga, what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, I respect Yoda, but he's one of the biggest reasons why I hate Jedi. Him and
Oh,
Mace Windu.
even he said, so, looking back, he created, because I don't even know. He even created a war and destroyed a much people's lives, and this right there, that little space
Bradshaw,
gremlin.
if we took account of the amount of war crimes the Jedi have committed, the whole of them forget lock up and kill. Every single
Mm-hmm.
one of them. Which is why I keep on I mean, I have this argument with my brethren almost every now and then. What about how, what about how the Jedi purge was so unfortunate? I'm like, no, it wasn't. All of them deserve to die. Well, most of them, except that blue chick. I hated when she died. But everybody else deserved them dead because the whole of them were part of the same hypocritical order who caused Anakin to fall to the dark side, and no one wants to take accountability for it, except Obi-Wan.
Boy, I'm not tell lie. They didn't do the franchise justice. That's why they might try to bring out this Obi-Wan to try to
I am not
but
going to watch it. I
either
really couldn't. I really couldn't care less. I really couldn't.
yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling too well. Break my heart because
Because honestly, Obi-Wan is one of the few Jedi who I really didn't like in the first place anyway. Sure, he was charismatic, but the way because of the way he treat Anakin, that one thing what made me just despise him. And then he realizes too late, oh, who was one of the biggest reasons why Anakin fell in the first place. But oh well, life goes on.
eh,
If they made a series about Ahsoka Tano now, that I would watch.
mm-hmm. Heartbreak, really. And and
I think Spawn needs to get a new animated series, to be honest.
I'm terrified. Anything this generation touch, they fucking ruin. Don't you not get that?
I never said
Anything this
I never
generation,
said I wanted someone from this generation to touch it, Bradshaw.
upper ass clad then. Most of my childhood gone up in a fucking flames because you panda some pussies and bitch ass niggas who never watched the. Oh my god, make that shit make sense. You saw them. Kid, I made that hurt me. I didn't even start talking.
Get it, man.
Uh, I would hate to see them make a cartoon version, a remake of Mulan. You understand? The animated version. Because somehow, the original material wasn't good enough. Like, make it make sense, way. That's female empowerment done correctly. But yet, me not say how somebody see the original and say, let, oh yeah, I know why. Because Mulan starts end up there with the soldier brother, and she can't have a man because that's why the new girl was training with Layla, who wasn't a Jedi. Leia was her teacher, and I'm like, Leia isn't a Jedi. She never was. Why the fuck is this girl, last of the Jedi's, taking instruction from someone that's not a Jedi? Oh my god. From I saw that scene, I'm like, oh yeah, this train wreck gonna make full circle. I'm not gonna be on this fuck. I swear to God. I don't know if I ever watched that movie. I swear to God, I have refused to watch that movie.
I'm actually watched something there. Watched the whole second phase of the Inuyasha series. It's not actually too bad.
I know. It just got weird after a certain.
Yeah, I mean, them are trying new things, but I mean, compared to the train wreck that is Boruto, I'd say it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, give and take.
I
Naruto,
mean, sure, it's not as classical as the original, but I don't think it ever was or would have been, to be honest. So I can appreciate the effort in trying to make it somewhat entertaining, and I mean the ending. I mean, yeah, good ending. But honestly, I watched a couple shows recently where the ending was so bad. I was like, bro, this shit got me depressed.
ah, sir, sir, they must kill off Karinma first. So when Karinma died, I was like, yeah, this anime is going to suck. If everybody like, oh, you're trapped in the past. No, 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 I don't think so. Think, think the writer wants so much to make this focus about the man's son. He's willing to destroy everything that made the anime special. Everything. Just to make his son shine. Do you even know what the hell that thing in his eye is called?
Hey, who are you talking about again?
Boruto.
Why are we talking about him again?
Shows how much we don't give a fuck. That's what I ask. They can answer me. Oh my god. Shows how much we don't give a fuck. I don't even know what the last year I do. Oh my god, this is stupid. I feel dumb. I feel dumb. I feel dumb watching Naruto. Most people ask me, do you watch a trash? That's how it's addressed. Do you watch that trash? Yo, Comic Con supposed to come up. Well, I don't know if that keeps the year, but it's normally in Miami, and I've yet to see somebody dress up as Naruto and go.
Bro,
I've yet to see
if
photos
that
of
if
people
if
going
that
as Naruto.
happens, I don't think they will hear the end of it.
Oh yeah, yeah, living laughing stock, bro. Them done laugh you to death.
I think I can safely say I'm still one of the few people who have yet to watch Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
I don't think I ever will. I think the one show I think I need to really start watching again is regular show. That shit was gold. Yeah, actually, I find it hilarious that it took me until I reached this stage in life to appreciate what amazing World of Gumball really is. Show is so fucking hilarious.
Mhm.
And the worst part is not even Gumball that's the funniest all time. The man named Mother, God Almighty.
Oh yeah.
Where's that called? Netflix subscription? God Almighty, done it done.
Mhm.
But yeah, Bradshaw, honestly, some of them franchises have, like, I get it. The directors, them, a try all sorts of fun dangles, but honestly, the fan base, especially CW franchises, oh, Jesus. And I need to get this off of my chest. Because I saw a lot of people are complaining about, oh, the way Legacies ended was so dumb. I'm like, the people them get them show cancelled. What the hell do you want them to do? Of course, them go find some dumbass if you kill the main antagonist of season 4. Like what? How do you find a sensible way to kill off a living God Bradshaw in one episode when the entire show didn't even flesh out the man character yet? I'm not saying I'm defending the entire season of Legacy because I'm not telling you, compared to Vampire Diaries and originals, it's very weak.
Of
But
course it is.
again, But again, I look at it and say, yo, this is an upcoming story of a bunch of teenagers. Of course, them go make dumbass decisions. It's not a bunch of, I went even further. I said, well, are we really judging these kids? Did you people not watch Elaine and Damon fawn over each other in a toxic relationship for 8 seasons? I'm like, yo, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree now, does it, huh?
Mhm. Well, how can I say this? They're trying to clean the house, but in all the wrong ways. Destroying a legacy just to make room for something that nobody asked for seems counterproductive, ridiculous, and somewhat stupid. I
Yep.
get no pleasure in knowing that something I grew up on is about to go up in flames.
No, but I mean, we have to call it as it is.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the biggest fan of the Terminator series, but I always enjoyed watching good action movies. But to see the complete trash that they produce, to the fact that it bombed at the box office so hard that them can't even make another sequel, bro. You know that pain my heart. You bombed that badly at the box office that you can't make another sequel because you fear the backlash. No kind of mental, bro.
So, I'm glad they got what was coming to them. Because when they made that movie, people were screaming, do not make it. Do not make it the way how not make it. Do not do it. And they make sure to get rid of John Connor, bro. The first five, I'm like, wow. I know this movie was going to go up in flames, so I never think they was going to be this direct with them fuckery. And then upset with the fans because nobody wanted it this way. Because you saw it appeasing to a subsection of people who don't know nothing about the goddamn franchise. Made sense. And the female Terminator just made no sense either.
Well, the one in a Judgment Day, Terminator 3.
Come on. The girl, man. Yeah, the slim as
Oh,
gone.
Grace.
And
Oh, Grace.
yeah,
Eh,
really like,
she was. She died in the end. She was pretty much as dull as the main character who they want to try to protect. She's the weakest.
hey,
She's the weakest protagonist I've ever come across. John, yo, bro. Yeah. You see, when you grow up on John Connor so much, you're like, yeah, she ain't it. She ain't it.
definitely ain't it.
Because at least John had some form of leadership skills even when he was a goddamn child. This bitch, she cowers behind everybody. I couldn't believe I was agreeing with a YouTube comment section of all things.
Mm-hmm.
I never agree with YouTube comment section because in there are just toxic.
Yep.
And I was agreeing with these motherfuckers.
And everybody, shit stinks so much that people had to agree. That's how bad the shit was. I'm like, wow.
Bro, bro, how do you make something worse than Dark Fate?
I
No,
had
no,
to,
Dark Fate was the movie. How do you make something worse than Genesis? Like,
I
who
had,
in their right mind thought it was a good idea? Oh, let's make John Connor a Terminator himself. Huh? In what world did they think that was going to be a good idea? First of all, you're spitting at the entire point of him being the future leader. That's a
mm-hmm,
one. Two,
mm-hmm,
you're spitting at the face of him and send back his father in time for saving his mother.
mm-hmm.
And three, why would you even put it in the trailers? Granted, the trailers were a bit trailers always get people giddy and stuff.
Yeah,
But at the same time, after watching it, I'm like, wait, they might make John Connor one Terminator? Why?
yes.
They could have found anybody else. They could have found something else.
Because, sir, because a bunch of psychopaths are writing movies now and then across the fan base because we don't like the fuck with them I push out. Them so we're the enemy of change. We're the enemy of
Them ever
change.
hear of something? If it's not broke, don't fix it. Like everybody enjoyed the convoluted storyline of so many timelines existing. If they made a storyline where the entire timeline come like Doctor Strange multiverse of madness, I believe the fan base would have been okay.
Oh well,
Story would have made story would have made no sense, but they would have enjoyed themselves.
and that's what you want. You need your fan base happy. That's how you make your millions of dollars. That's how you do it.
There are cases where sometimes the fan bases need to like f off, but that's rare.
I'm talking about the real fan base.
Yeah, no, the Terminator fan base definitely didn't need to be spit in the face. Terminator 3 was a weak out of the original trilogy. I will admit that, despite me enjoying Terminator 3 a lot, because
Mm-hmm.
female Terminator is a beast. No lie. But Salvation wasn't too bad. You finally got to see what the entire war was like in the future. But then Genesis comes around and just spits in the entire lore. It spits on the entire lore, fam. So basically, that future, the entire future doesn't get freaked in. Because if John is a Terminator, that means that the humans finally lose the war. What am I saying about John to kill Sarah for then?
Yeah, and follow that. Simple as they make it sound, that's following logic. But nowadays, movies don't follow logic anymore. Make this shit make sense, son. And I keep saying to people, make this shit make sense. Everybody look for me like I'm the crazy one. I'm like, I hate you all. I hate you all.
You know, I never thought I would live to see the day that even Harry Potter made this mistake recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you know that Voldemort has a daughter?
Really?
Yep. And guess who in breed? Just take a wild guess.
The witch at Hogwarts?
Nope. When I'm Death Eater, them in breed.
Gonna kill my boy parents?
Bellatrix.
She inbreed.
Yep. Which kind of never made no sense. But then if you really think hard enough about it,
Yeah.
and this is really you thinking hard enough about it, I mean like literally you use all your brain power in a effed up kind of way, it makes sense. But if you're kind of use a common sense, you're like, yo, why would Voldemort even want to breed somebody? This nigga doesn't have feelings, remember?
Yep.
And her whole motivation is to try to bring back her father because she wants to see be with him. And I'm like, bitch, do you know that your father will kill you?
Of course he will.
It was entertaining to see Malfoy, Pitney, and Harrison like for once not be enemies. But like the whole convoluted thing, it's just a whole thing of her being Voldemort's daughter. It just doesn't fit. Doesn't fit. Doesn't fit for a guy who for an entire book spent his entire life hating himself. It just doesn't make sense for him to want to have a kid. Least of all with Bellatrix.
Exactly. That's the logic. I'm telling you, most storytelling nowadays, them is void of logic. You can't hold a serious conversation without end up in laughter because so nothing where what this person saying makes sense to you. It's so stupid. That's what we all.
For God's sakes, even Transformers found itself in this garbage pool at one point.
Yep, of course it is.
Transformers. I don't. People thought, oh, Michael Bay, he destroyed Transformers. I'm like, bitch, what? He made the best 3 Transformers animated films I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as Age of Extinction started, I knew everything was going downhill. Oh, he made Galvatron. Oh, it's just Megatron controlling him. Really? That's it?
Mm-hmm.
And oh, Unicron is out. Oh, how will Unicron farm? Oh, wait, if Unicron farm, all humans die. Logic.
Oh, my boy.
I mean, it's drawing from the source material. Yes, that Unicron is literally the Earth's core. But why tease the fans like that? Feel like make it seem as if, oh, Unicron is going to rise.
Because it's lazy writing. It's easy. If you have a write what makes sense, it takes effort. It takes a lot of planning. But nowadays, thanks to how
No,
society reached
the
now,
thing is, Bradshaw,
you can
if me and you can do the reason about this, right? Me and you can logically plot out ways in which we know Unicron can rise from Earth. You mean, if you tell me that multi-billionaire directors and producers are so fucking lazy and in themselves, then can't do that?
yes, we can.
That's sad. That's really sad.
No idea, my boy.
But yeah, pretty much the basis of it. But yeah, need to get up early morning come here, so I'm running for go do. So, I'm gonna sign out for now. Dario gone, Rajiv drop asleep. Remove him from the call from now.
But so I feel like I know you have to leave soon, so but yeah, I feel like so many red flags that everybody keep ignoring, and this is the now trend of making movies. You just make some shit, and make some shit, and with no explanation, you just say, here fans, take it as it is. Don't question us.
If I had to give a top five of how not to make movies, if I had to give a director's cut of how not to make movies, number one would be Mortal Kombat. Number two would be the first cut of Justice League. Number three, probably Terminator, Dark Fate, and Genesis. And Captain Marvel would have done it. Yep, top five.
Yeah, definitely. Even
And the
I
worst
said the
part, and
same.
the worst part is the formula that they should have used for Captain Marvel was pretty much what they should have done for Wonder Woman in such a more positive way, but because of all this bullshit, both movies failed horribly. I mean, how do you make a good Wonder Woman film in the first part and then the second one you screw it up so badly?
Okay, you pander to a bunch of feminist jackasses. That's how. You pander to feminists and the fact that they were pushing